And welcome back to another episode of Off Script. And as game days approach closer and closer, and we're getting closer to Saturday, a lot of big games. But the team I want to talk about today, who I feel like is not being talked about enough, even though they are the number one team in the entire country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, I feel like are not getting enough credit or just respect in general. And you can be saying, oh, Zach, you're a homer. You went there. Oh, no. This is not about that at all. This is about them completely dominating every single opponent they played so far, looking absolutely incredible offensively, defensively, and overall. Just all three phases of the ball, they're looking pretty solid, other than that one missed kick in the Minnesota game. But I'm just saying, three phases, they're looking great. They're looking midseason form. They're rolling right now. And going into this Illinois game, obviously huge game for them, getting a ranked road win on the record if they do get it done, which I think they will pretty convincingly. But it's not about that right now. What it's about is, why is Ohio State not getting the respect they deserve? You can always say they haven't played anyone, which to an extent is true. I will say that. They did play number one Texas, and that Texas win is slowly kind of deteriorating. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully they can get it done in Red River, so the Texas win does look a little better. But, I mean, still, 2 Big Ten wins so far, Minnesota and then at Washington. Snapped the longest home winning streak of all. I feel like that's just getting swept under the rug, but okay. But looking at the talent, obviously the coaches, Day, Hartline, Matt Patricia, coaching out of their minds right now, looking great offensively and defensively. And then the players. The one player I'm specifically talking about, Julian Sang, who's kind of in the Heisman conversation, but not as much as I want him to be. He's playing great ball right now. 80.2% completion rate, 13-3 touchdown interception ratio. Really good ball. Really good ball. That's and just continuing to just skyrocket, in my opinion. And I think a big reason why not too many people are talking about him is because they kind of was slowly integrated into the passing game. I remember in the Texas and kind of the Grambling and Ohio game, they were, shorter throws, 10-yard, nothing like he did last week against Minnesota at all. And those deep balls are nice. They're right on the money, exactly where they need to be. And speaking of the deep balls, I mean, let's talk about the receiving core too. Probably the best in the country, right up there with Alabama as well. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, don't even forget about Max Clare, Brandon Ennis, people like that. I mean, you can only stop so many of them. They're going to get open. That's the thing. But just the protection up front, I think, is vital for Ohio State's success. And then looking at this defense too, I honestly think it's better than last year. And that's definitely saying something, because I think 4 or 5 dudes got drafted this past year on defense, which is an insane number. So that's definitely interesting too. But I'm just interested to see going forward how this Ohio State team plays, and if they have a little bit of chip on their shoulder from just the lack of coverage, the lack of media. Because usually in the past, the media, everyone in college football just fluffing up Ohio State. I don't feel like that's the case this year, in my opinion. I feel like they're almost a slept-on team. A lot of people talking about SEC, a lot of people talking about ACC this year. Big Ten is like nowhere to be talked about, in my opinion, right now. A little concerning. But let me know what you guys think. Ohio State fans, I know you're really passionate about this, so I want to hear from you guys. Even if you're not an Ohio State fan, let me know why. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. But don't forget to subscribe, like the video. This is Off Script. I'm Zak Herbstreit. I'll see you soon.